Always alerting, always tracking. This is Next Weather.
Next Weather Chief Meteorologist Shane Hinton. I just gave you a promotion there, Shane.
No. I was sitting there like, oh, this is news to me.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry about that, Ivan Cabrera. Anyway, this is pretty crazy weather this time of year, isn't it, Shane?
It certainly is. I mean, if you just take a look across the country, you can see there's a lot going on. We've got the impacting system that's being really hammering the West Coast for quite some time. I always have a sentimental spot for Texas because I just recently moved here from Austin, and you can see that storm system that's now pushing into Louisiana and actually triggering several warnings there. But then locally, it's a lot quieter here for us in South Florida. We've got a few spotty showers that we continue to track and we could monitor as we head throughout the evening hours. But for the most part, I think a majority of us will stay dry tonight. Unfortunately, the humidity is sticking around. I personally would like it a little bit drier and a little bit more seasonable, if you will. As we head toward the weekend, we are going to be monitoring some higher rain chances, so a little bit higher than what we've been tracking the past couple of days. And then eventually, we're going to be led into a warm New Year's Eve and then maybe even warm start to the new year before a cool down arrives. Let's take a look at what we're currently tracking. Lower to mid 70s area wide for South Florida. Still seeing a few light sprinkles in northern Broward County, but as I mentioned, most of us are staying dry right now. Here's the setup that we've got. We've got a stalled frontal boundary just toward our north. The reason I highlight this is because to the south of it, we have that warmer air, we have the humidity, and also it can sometimes help to spark up a few showers and storms. We'll hold on to scattered rain chances tomorrow along with mild and mostly cloudy conditions. As we head toward the weekend, that's when our rain chances are going to slowly get more and more scattered in nature, especially for Sunday. This has our highest rain chance over the next 7 days. This is going to be as a front tries to approach South Florida. I don't think it's going to entirely be able to swing all the way through, but it could help to initiate a few showers and storms. And as we head into the beginning of next week, the end of the year, and the beginning of next year, well, then we'll have drier conditions. Let's take a more detailed look at your rain chances here. 30% chance for tomorrow and Saturday. It bumps up to around a 40 to maybe even 50% chance based off some of the recent trends I've been seeing on the forecast models for Sunday. And that drying trend takes place for the first half of next week, where we'll be monitoring very isolated rain chances. This is what it looks like visually here. There are those isolated showers I've been talking about that could sneak in overnight. As we leap forward into Friday morning, the bulk of the moisture is south of Miami and Fort Lauderdale, mostly for my friends in the Keys. I don't think it's going to be as widespread as what you're seeing here. It is also worth noting, I always like to talk about forecast models in this way. Whenever you see these lighter blues and greens, not all of that rain actually makes it down to the surface. So I don't want you to think that it's going to be a complete washout tomorrow for the Keys. It would be very fine in nature for some of these models. As we make our way into Saturday, that's when we see that 30% chance for showers and storms continue. Can't rule out some isolated rumbles of thunder out over the Atlantic, which is something you need to be mindful of if you did have boating plans over the weekend. As we take a look at tomorrow morning, it'll be a fairly mild start for us. Lower 70s across all of South Florida from Fort Lauderdale all the way down to Key West. 71 for my friends in Homestead. A detailed look at your hourly forecast for tomorrow shows that we should make it into the upper 70s. Today we made it into the lower 80s, but once again, it'll be on the cloudier side for tomorrow. I currently have our highest rain chances for the late afternoon, early evening, but once again, if you are in the Keys, I do think you could still see some morning showers as well. For the afternoon highs, upper 70s to lower 80s, trending a few degrees warmer than average for this time of the year, but still not too far out of the ballpark, if you will. As we head out on the water, small craft should use caution if you're going out on the Atlantic waters. We are going to see those winds start to pick up to 20 knots at times. Those bays will have a moderate chop. As we head down to the Keys, it's going to start with a moderate chop and then become choppy. Once again, you might have to dodge some of those showers, but we have no official alerts in effect at this time. Now let's head to the weekend, right? We're all already eyeing the weekend, even though we're kind of working through the holidays now. Upper 70s for both Friday and Saturday with that 30% rain chance. Then that Sunday rain chance is when we start to ramp it up a little bit. 80 degrees though, despite the cloud coverage, despite the shower chances, because our winds move in from the southeast, and that's going to keep our moisture elevated and the humidity elevated as well. So when can we expect some drier and cooler air? Well, let me show you the cold air tracker here. You can see that fronts try to approach Florida, but don't really have enough oomph to kind of push some of that cooler and drier air in. Well, wait till the new year. So this is January 1st. As you can see, we're still not getting that cooler air down to South Florida. However, you'll notice a stronger push that'll arrive sometime around the 2nd or the 3rd of January. Your 7-day forecast shows that we're going to be pretty consistent for our morning lows and our afternoon highs throughout the next 5 to 6 days, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day included. Thursday is when we start to feel the drier and cooler air arrive, with afternoon highs only peaking in the mid-70s.